Welcome to the 7th installment of ESPN Honolulu Fan Friday Talk Story. With me today is sophomore guard for men's basketball, JoVon McClanahan. JoVon, welcome to Talk Story.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. And as we look at your UH bio, you're listed at 5'11", 170 pounds, and you're a guard. Have you tried to tell people you're 6 feet?
I just cut my hair recently in the summer, so when I did have longer hair, I think in that commitment picture that I took, you guys could see that I had long hair, but I could pass the 6 feet with the long hair, but now I'd probably say 5'11".
I was going to say, we saw that picture this past April when you verbally committed and then signed your commitment to be a Rainbow Warrior, and it looked as if you were like a Justin Webster double.
Yeah. Me and him kind of have the same hair.
Okay. Also in that bio, it says that you're a guard. Is it point guard, shooting guard, combo guard? Do you have a preference?
I would say I'm more of a point guard, but I would also say that, like, I can shoot the ball very well. So if they wanted me to play off the ball in certain situations, I could do both. So, I mean, I would call myself more of a point guard, but you could call me a combo.
Okay. You come from a large family. Just how large is your family?
I have a lot of brothers. I have an identical twin brother. He goes to Utah Valley University. But I have 4 other brothers that are older. We're the youngest, me and my twin. And then I have a lot of cousins and stuff like that. But I mean, as far as brothers go, I have a lot of brothers. So,
and we'll talk about your twin brother later on in this talk story. We look at the UH bio again, and you have a nickname. Can you explain what that nickname means and who gave it to you?
Yeah, so my nickname is King Von. And so when I was at Sheridan, the junior college last year, I would say like the fans more so gave it to me, like the student section. I don't know. They just started calling me King Von out of nowhere, and I just kind of ran with it. So I would say that's my new nickname now. That's kind of where it came from. So,
who or what got you into basketball?
I would say my dad for sure. Like when we first were growing up, he used to give us a sock, and then we'd shoot in like little hamper baskets and stuff like that. Just me and my brother as little kids. And then I fell in love with the game. And then my dad's a huge Lakers fan, so are we as a family. And we used to watch a lot of Lakers games. Kobe, and I fell in love with Kobe, and he inspired me to really love the game and stuff like that. So I would say just growing up, basketball was always the thing that I loved, and then I just kept going with it.
Besides basketball, were there any other sports you grew up playing?
Yep. So I played football as well when I was younger. Growing up all the way into high school, I played football until my sophomore year. And then at that time, I kind of wanted to either do one or the other. And I loved basketball more. I liked football a lot, but I wanted to focus on one skill so I could really just dive into it and become a pro at what I did. And I chose basketball. So
you said football. What positions did you play?
Football, I played running back because my brother was the quarterback, and then I guess it was like a 1-2 punch. So it was pretty cool because, I mean, obviously we're identical twins and we connect on a different level, but it was just easy to play running back, and he was more the quarterback. So.
Have you passed by Coach Todd Graham's office and let him know, hey, if you need an extra running back, I'm here?
Nah, I haven't talked to many of I know a couple of the football players, but I haven't got a chance to talk to any of the staff.
You're from Vallejo in Northern
Yep.
California, the Bay Area, and you said you're a Lakers guy. NorCal, SoCal don't normally get along. How are you guys Laker fans?
I don't know. I think my dad, when he grew up, he grew up in LA as well. And I think he just fell in love with the Lakers, kind of grew up in LA. He grew up in LA and the Bay Area. So, he was more of a Laker, and you usually run with whatever team your dad's going for as a youngin'. So, I would say I'm a diehard Laker, but I also love the Warriors too because I'm friends with Steph Curry, and I know his family and stuff like that. So I've gone to plenty of Warriors games and all that type of stuff. So I support both, but if it was the Lakers versus the Warriors, I'd definitely be going for the Lakers.
Many years the Warriors played in Oracle. Did you have a chance to go to their new facility before coming out to Hawaii?
No, I haven't got a chance to go out to the Chase Center in San Francisco. It's pretty far from – it's not that far from Vallejo, but obviously in California there's so much traffic. Like, it'd be a really long ride to get out there, but I'm looking forward to the new arena.
You mentioned your dad being one of your first coaches and helping you and your twin brother out. Do you have any fun or memorable stories of either him or your mom, Letitia, rebounding for you guys when you were growing up?
I have a lot of funny stories, just even until me coming up to Hawaii me coming to Hawaii on campus for the first time. Since obviously the COVID world, I had to stay home for a longer time than I would. I'd usually probably be out here way earlier than I got out here. But so I had a lot of time to spend with my dad, and my brother left before me. So I had a lot of time to spend with my dad in the gym. And we were playing one-on-one basically the whole summer, and he was just trying to act like he could beat me, and he was cheating and stuff like that. Just something that dads do. But I would say, like, that's one of the funniest moments when we just play one-on-one and he tries to act like he can beat me and stuff. So
when you and your dad would play one-on-one, was there a moment, was there an age when he realized, dang, my son's pretty good and he could play at the next level?
I would say that he always thought that me and my brother could play at the next level. We were talented. I would say just our age group and stuff. Just growing up, we used to play in, like, very good tournaments, just like all the younger guys playing at high level tournaments and stuff like that. So, and me and my brother always, like, stood out as one of the better players. So I would say that growing up, we knew, and my family knew, that we could do something special as far as, like, coming to a Division I school and stuff like that. So
playing club ball for Nike Family and West Coast Elite, how did playing club ball prepare you for the next level? And is there a name or two that basketball fans would recognize of guys you played against?
So club ball, just playing for Nike Family to start with. It's in the EYBL, which is a very tough league. It's called Elite Youth Basketball League. It's, I would say, the best basketball league in the country. There's a variety of good Nike teams in that league, and basically everybody that plays in there pretty much goes pro. There's a lot of pros. It was Marvin Bagley's team. Like, he was playing for them last year. I'm pretty sure you guys know Marvin Bagley. He's in the league. A couple guys that I played against Tyreek Maxey. He went to Kentucky. He's going pretty much lottery this year, but just to name one. But I've played against a lot of pros just growing up and stuff like that. So I think that prepared me for the next level, just playing against high-level talent. And all the same guys that I played in high school are now at the Division I level. So I don't think it'll be like a big change for me as far as talent goes, playing them. But I think that really prepared me for what's to come.
Your high school up in Richmond, 88-8 in your 3 seasons as starter. How good was this nationally ranked team you played on, and why was it so good?
I would give a lot of praise to the coaching staff, Bill Mellis, head coach, Job, assistants, and Foster. I would say one of the best high school coaching staffs in the country. They really, really, really get you prepared for college. And a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing at Hawaii, I learned from my high school coaching staff as well. I think it really goes to the coaches just for preparing us. The way we practice every day is high level. You get taught the game, you play the right way, you play hard, and it's all about team, and it's about winning. It's not about individual accolades. So I definitely learned just win, and once you win, then everybody else gets praise as well. So
we know how many stories there are from parents with their student athletes that if you don't finish your homework, you don't have your academics in order, you don't get to play. You don't get to go outside and shoot hoops. How important did your folks stress academics to both you and your siblings?
Yeah, my parents are really good about getting on us about academics. They don't get on as much because I think just me and my brother, to speak on, we're really good about our academics from the jump. I don't think my parents really had to tell us. Like, they've told us just probably one time, just like, make sure you get good grades. But me and my brother always wanted to be smart. Like, I believe that it's cool to be smart. So I never wanted to be like a guy that didn't know what was going on in class. And I always wanted to compete with my classmates as far as who gets the best grade on the test and stuff like that. I think that also goes into my competitive nature, just wanting to get good grades. And I would challenge my other friends to get good grades as well. So that's kind of where that came from.
Entering the senior season of high school, what schools were recruiting you, and who were you interested in?
Senior season, so at Portland University, they were recruiting me. UC Davis was recruiting me. And I would say I think Cal was kind of looking a little bit, but not too heavy. But all those schools were just looking like we're interested, but they wouldn't pull the trigger on me or my brother in senior year. Even due to our record and great season and being top 5 in the country, they still wouldn't pull the trigger on us. So that led me to going to Sheridan and then having to prove that I can play at the next level. And then I kind of blew up from there. So
that was going to be my next question, was what led you to picking Sheridan? And you just mentioned that. So when you go to Sheridan, what led you to pick going to there? And not many people know where it's at. It's in Wyoming, right?
Yeah, so that ties into playing for West Coast Elite. And my senior season, I had to play for an unsigned senior team. And West Coast Elite, that's when they came to the picture and they helped me and my brother. We were playing in like tournaments kind of like in the spring and after high school ball, and got a chance to got looked by some more college coaches, some Division I coaches as well. But there was a lot of also national junior colleges that were in attendance for unsigned seniors. And I mean, they hit me up. And I saw that they had a couple Bay Area guys last year, and they did really well. Went Division I, and I heard that they were a good program and that they had a really good coaching staff. And so I trusted in Cody Ball and Tyler Hurley, and I ended up going to Sheridan, and then it went really well from there.
Was it tough being away from home for that long?
Yeah, it was actually very tough. At first, I didn't think it was going to be that bad because I wanted a different scenery. I didn't really want to be in California anymore. I wanted a whole different experience from California. And Wyoming was a big culture change. It's kind of more rodeo and snow, and it's very cold out there, which is very, very different from California. So it was good to see something different, and I would say I loved it. I wish I could go back one day, but I would say that was the best thing that probably happened to me in a minute. So,
and your freshman season, you did quite well. And when we say quite well, we're talking 23.5 points per game, 6.5 assists, 6.5 rebounds, nearly 90% from the free throw line. Your second team all region. Did you think that's how your freshman season would go?
To be honest, I was just going in there with an open mind and working hard. I wouldn't say I predetermined anything. But I knew that I put in hard work in the summer, and I've always worked hard in any situation that I've been put in. So I knew that hard work always pays off, and I just went in there, learned the system, and then learned how to be the best in the system. So that the system worked very well for me, and then I appreciate the coaches for putting me in positions to succeed. So, yeah.
We talked about academics earlier, and what made your parents more proud, that you were named second team all region or you were named the school's student athlete of the year?
I would say both. They liked both pretty much. I don't think any of the accolades surprised them, because even in high school, like I said, I was really good about my grades as well, and nothing's going to change going into college. So they know I put in work in both aspects, on and off the court. So I don't think they were surprised, but they were very proud.
Have you always been a bucket getter? And when did you know your game was going to be scoring?
Yes, I would say I always been a bucket getter. Because growing up, my brother played point guard. He played more of the point guard than I would, and I just played the two guard. Just because I would say that I shot a little bit better than him at a younger age. But he was a good shooter as well. But he used to kind of just pass me the ball, and then I would just pretty much score all the time. And that's when I really got a knack for scoring at a really young age. And it kind of carried over to high school a little bit, but then more so Sheridan was when I really got a big knack for scoring, just because that's what I had to do on that team. And I can score in a variety of different ways, just getting to the free throw line and making shots. So
Last question here before we take the break. Your freshman season at Sheridan comes to a close. We know Washington State was in the mix. Who else besides Washington State was interested in you?
Washington State, Cal, Oregon State was interested. San Diego, Montana State. It was pretty much, I would say pretty much everybody on the West Coast except probably like UCLA and all those other big schools. But it was a couple Pac-12 schools, a lot of Big West, UC Santa Barbara, pretty much everybody in the Big West, everybody in the Big Sky, pretty much everybody on the West Coast. So I would say.
All right, JoVon, we need to take a break right here, so stay right there. Along with Rainbow Warrior guard JoVon McClanahan, I'm Tiff Wells. You're listening to ESPN Honolulu Fan Friday Talk Story. Welcome back to ESPN Honolulu Fan Friday Talk Story. I'm Tiff Wells. With us for episode 7 today is sophomore guard JoVon McClanahan. Now, JoVon, what felt right about picking Hawai'i?
Yeah, so Hawai'i kind of came late in my recruitment because I was ready to commit kind of like a week or two before, and I was talking to Coach Montgomery a lot, kind of for 2 weeks before I committed, and he was just telling me that they really needed a point guard, and Drew Buggs, I believe he transferred or was transferring, and I was also looking at other options, but I think that Hawai'i was the best fit as far as the opportunity that was available with a new point guard position open. And also I was looking at the roster, looking at who committed and stuff like that. And I saw that I could work with a lot of guys here that would complement my game. So I thought that Hawai'i was just the best fit overall for my style of play and also playing with my teammates. So I chose Hawai'i.
And this was a tough decision for you because there was a video interview that you did with KHON Sports Director Rob DeMello that came out in April when you verbally committed, and you did not visit the school. You committed sight unseen. How tough was that?
Yeah, I would say that's very tough. Just I was enjoying the recruiting process a lot. It was a lot of kind of nerve-wracking, but I did enjoy it. And one of the parts that I wanted to enjoy was going on a visit to a couple of schools, but I didn't get that chance to. I actually took an unofficial visit to Montana State. That was very cool. So I also wanted to experience some other visits, but I didn't get the chance to. So I would say that it was very hard, but I mean, I just had to trust the coaching staff and the players and all that type of stuff.
The 10-day span between verbally committing and being official as a Rainbow Warrior. Take us through those days. I mean, you talked about how you were really enjoying the recruiting process, but just the wave of emotions that you and your family had during this time.
Yeah, so it was really just the time that was happening, just the COVID stuff that was going on. It was kind of a weird time. My mom and my dad wanted to celebrate really bad, but that was when COVID was at its extremes. So, you couldn't really hang out with family. You never know where they were going or friends and stuff like that. So they wanted to set up a party, and I was just like, in the end, let's just be safe about it. So I couldn't really get the party experience, but my brother, my family, my whole family is very proud of me. Um, I was more so I was talking to my brother a lot about it. He was one of the main factors in me committing to Hawaii. I talked to him about pretty much everything. So he was very happy for me, and he told me that like, dude, you don't even know how tough that is. And then it didn't kick in until probably like I signed the papers, but I was very grateful for the opportunity and having that moment. So.
Between the time of you ending your first year at Sheridan and coming out to Hawaii, I believe there was somebody that was very key, very instrumental in helping you not only get your shots up on a daily basis, but keeping you physically in shape. Take us through that time, and who was that one instrumental person?
Are you talking about when I was back home?
Yes.
Yes. So when I was back home, as far as the shooting shots, I would say my twin brother a lot, my dad. But one of the keys to my success, I think, will coming up into Hawaii that people will see is my cousin John. Like he's a weight trainer pretty much, and he focuses on the body and studying the body and stuff like that and explosive movements. So he really helped me out with my vertical this fall, and I never knew that. I think I had a 40-inch vert coming off of quarantine, but I definitely did not have that before coming here. And I would give very big praise to my cousin John for helping me out because I was really working hard with him this summer, this explosiveness and stuff like that. So
This is your second time away from home. Has it been easier? Has it been the same? Is it more difficult being away from home again?
uh, I would say it's it's difficult just because of the COVID stuff. I don't think it was difficult me moving out here and knowing that like I was going to be on my own, but not being able to kind of like just feel comfort from my teammates and stuff like that. Just because if this wasn't happening, we'd probably hanging out a lot more. But due to like COVID, we all have to kind of like social distance and stuff like that. So I think that's the hardest part, just not being able to hang out with my teammates as much as I want to.
How's the semester been? I mean, there's been a lot of Zoom. How's the
Yep.
semester gone?
The semester, it was kind of bumpy at first just because getting used to the new websites and the Zooms, and it's a learning experience for the students and the teachers as well. So it was just a lot of communication going on as far as just knowing when assignments are due and how to get to assignments and stuff like that. But I would say that it's going really well right now. I have a couple midterms coming up, and I mean, I'm in a pretty good position. So I'm pretty solid as far as the school goes.
A couple weeks ago, you guys recently started workouts. Did it feel like Christmas going into gym 2 and having that first practice or first workout?
Yeah, just that first practice last week, the energy was very high. It was very competitive. Uh, Obviously, we were doing no contact for about probably a month and a half, maybe like 2 months, just straight skill work, and people were obviously wanted to play. And once we got to play, the competitive spirit was really high. It was really high level. And I think we're getting really better, really good in the gym, just going at each other now instead of kind of just passing to each other and, just rebounding for each other. Now that we can actually play, I think that we'll see more strides in our team. So.
People that go to the website are going to recognize that you're going to be wearing number 3. And the last guy that wore that for UH was a pretty good three-point shooter in Eddie Stansberry. Has number 3 always been your number?
No, I've never worn number 3. I wore number 3 at Sheridan, and I didn't even want to wear that number at Sheridan. They just told me that you're wearing this number because, trust me, it'll look good on you. And I just said, okay, whatever, just ran with it. And then obviously it did me justice. And then I just carried it over. They told me that number 3 was open here, and then I just chose to wear number 3 now. So I guess that's kind of my new number. So I just ran with it.
We've talked about the hometown of Vallejo up in NorCal, and it's about a 50-minute drive from UC Davis. Can you imagine next season when Hawaii travels to Davis and takes on the Aggies? What's it going to be like to have many friends and family in the stands cheering for you, playing D1 ball?
Yeah, that would be amazing. I can't wait to experience that, and that's one of the things that I really wanted to experience this year. I knew that we would come back home to play Davis, and I know a lot of my family has been asking me for a schedule, and just for this year, and I told them probably that we won't have fans, but for the following year, definitely, and they definitely are going to come to the game. I would say a large amount will come to the game and watch the game, so I can't wait for that.
We talked about your twin brother, Jaden. He's at Utah Valley, part of the WAC, so they're not in the Big West, so you probably won't play each other maybe this season if it's going to be a conference-only season. If in the future Hawaii does take on Utah Valley, how do you think your parents are going to react when they see you and your brother on the floor at the same time against one another?
Yeah, that'd be crazy because I actually have never I played him in one-on-one, but as far as like an actual game, we've always been on the same team. So that'd be very different. I would love to play him in an actual game and see how it is. I think it'd be very fun. Like, he pretty much knows what I like to do, and I know what he likes to do. But Hawaii, the coaching staff has mentioned it to me that they'll maybe try to schedule a game with them for these following years coming up. So if they did that, I'd be very grateful for that. I know my parents will be very happy. And wherever the game is held, I know. Yeah.
Does he wear number 3 as well for Utah Valley?
No, he wears number 10. He wanted to wear – his favorite number is 13. But I think somebody else took that number, but he's wearing number 10 this year.
All right, be honest here. Who's the best shooter in your family?
I would definitely say me. I would definitely say I'm the best shooter in the family.
Of the family, in the family, who's the best cook? And what are a couple of dishes you wish mom or dad could make right now?
I would definitely say that my mom, Letitia, is a great cook. Like, she can really cook. I wish she could make me this pasta that she makes, and has like some crust on the top and is really good. She just made it the other day, and she sent me a picture of it, and I told her to send me some in a package, but just playing around. But yeah, she's a really good cook. I wish she could cook me some meals right now because I really need a good meal. So,
have you been able to try any of the local cuisine out here? And if so, what is maybe 1 or 2 of your new favorites?
I actually haven't tried much like Hawaii. I mean, I went to a Hawaiian barbecue, L&L, but I have that back home. So that's nothing new to me, but I haven't tried anything new yet. I'm trying to figure out some time so I can work and go try some new food. I'll probably go with one of my teammates one of these days, but that's what I'm looking forward to as well.
There are 3 guys on this roster that were born and raised here: Samuta, Zor, and Cameron. Have any of them, or have all of them, tried to play tour guide and take you around to different places?
Not yet, just because, like I said, just due to COVID, they kind of tell us kind of just stay safe and don't really go anywhere much. Like, Samuta has told me about a couple places, so has Zor and Cam, but I haven't got a chance to kind of just, like, go out there and see what they've been talking about. But I definitely know that Samuta, Cam, or Zor will take me one of these days. So,
game's on the line. Coach draws the play for you. Court is spaced. It's cleared out, and you can go do your thing. How are you going to choose to end the game?
It depends on the situation. But if I'm hot, I would say that I would try to create a good shot for myself, or I also know that I can get to the rim or get to the paint and draw help, and also kick out to one of my shooters. I know that Samuta can really shoot the ball. So can Webb. I would say that those are like and Kazan can really shoot the ball. The lethal shooters on our team, including myself. So I trust my teammates that if I kick the ball out, they would definitely hit the shot.
Lastly here, JoVon, there's 7 newcomers, 8 if you count Junior, who's coming off of his redshirt season. Fans are very excited to watch you guys play, whether there are fans in the stands or not. What message do you have for those Hawaii men's basketball fans out there?
I would say that you guys are in for a great season. I think that we are a very, very, very talented team. It's just a matter of time that we just get more practice time and just more reps with each other, learning each other and stuff like that. But we have winners on our team. We have people that play hard, people that can make shots. We have coachable players and stuff like that. We have a great staff. So I would say that we should have a very good season, and thank you for the support.
We know you got midterms coming up. We're going to let you go study, JoVon, but this has been so much fun. We really appreciate the time today that you gave us. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
For JoVon, for the rest of us here at ESPN Honolulu, I'm Tiff Wells saying thank you for joining us here on the 7th edition of ESPN Honolulu Fan Friday Talk Story. Until next week, be safe.